Hi, sir. Good morning. How are you doing today?
A bit sleepy, but overall okay. This conference is quite interesting. It has a lot of cool stuff happening. So yeah.
Oh, all right. What's your name and what do you do?
So I'm Sergei. I'm representing a Sentinel project here, but also I'm a validator on my own. So I have a validator called Quokka Stake, which is like my fancy mascot, and we validate like 9 chains in total or something like this. So yeah, pretty much like this.
What is the most interesting part of your job?
It's like when something really interesting is happening, like chain upgrades. For example, if there's a chain upgrade that adds some extra functionality, like for example, there was a recent hub upgrade that introduced permissionless ICS chains. So I was like, okay, I can play with all of these new toys, like all of these new functions. So yeah, that's really fancy and cool for me at least.
For sure. And what you would suggest for the Cosmos Hub leading teams if you were them?
Actually, I love what they are doing right now. Like yesterday, we had a session for validators when basically we were sharing some common pains, let's say. So, as from a validator point of view, it's really important to be heard. Like, for example, if there's something that affects all of the validators and making them suffer, so like we want to avoid such of things. And the first step to do this is starting a discussion about that. So communication is really important. And I really love what Informal is doing, for example, here. And for example, what Hyper is doing with this incentivized testnet and what other teams are doing. So yeah, I think it's really cool here.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think makes Cosmos community unique?
That there are different chains and they are somehow like connected like a community. So like I mean there are different teams. For example, there's Sentinel teams, there's OmniFlix teams. They are all sovereign chains. So they are not like one big team, but they are somehow like communicating with each other, like making some unions, sharing experience, and I think they are this kind of interaction with each other as an ecosystem is really important.
As a validator and builder, which part of the Cosmos tech excites you the most?
I love SDK, by the way. Yeah, it's really cool. Like I've looked at its source code and it's really cool. Like you can extend it to do whatever you want. Like pretty much that's most of the projects are doing. Because yeah, so you have basic SDK which adds some functions like governance, staking, etc. And then you can extend it so you can make it do whatever you want.
All right. And why do you think projects choose Cosmos SDK to build on?
I think it's because, first of all, it allows you, it's quite flexible, so you can build whatever you want with it. And that, I think, one of the reasons because it's also IBC, because it's like you can exchange your tokens, you can transfer tokens from one chain to another, and that you have your own way of sovereignty. Like you can build your own chain, not depending on other chains, like like Polkadot. So ICS is a totally different story, by the way. But yeah, if you are building a sovereign chain, you can achieve some sovereignty by having a separate validator set, so you don't rely on anybody. And yeah, pretty much it. And also a good tech like IBC, Comet BFT, all of this stuff. They are really cool.
Absolutely. Can you name us any application which you would suggest for users to go and try out?
I would suggest at DVPN bot at Telegram, obviously because I'm representing Sentinel as well. So yeah, we have a really a lot of applications, but like as a person who also represents Sentinel, I couldn't avoid the situation I wanted to like also share it a bit because we want people to have tools to avoid censorship and see the information they want to see. And yeah, so Sentinel.
All right. Which is your favorite projects in Cosmos?
Oh, I love actually like I really have three, I would say, projects that I love. So I really adore projects that have some tokens that have utility, and like I know at least three of them. So first of all, it's of course Sentinel, which is basically a bandwidth marketplace. So your token is backed by all of the bandwidth that is provided by DVPN nodes. So second one is Akash, pretty much for the same reason, but your token is backed by all of the computation power you can buy with it. And the third one is Jackal, which is your token is powered by all of the decentralized storage you can get and rent. I haven't seen, by the way, any Jackal guys here, but I would love them because I really love it. So I would say, yeah, I love this kind of projects. Like when there's a token and it has utility, like you can actually use it for something useful.
We definitely have to have more utility in Cosmos applications and products. What you would do, claim or compound?
I would say compound. I would, yeah.
All right, and thank you for your time, sir. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for hosting this. It was really cool.